Hey Raiders fans, we're back with an exclusive video and the latest updates on our beloved Las Vegas Raiders. Before we dive in, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and hit that like button. That way, you'll always stay up to date with breaking news and exclusive content. There's been a whirlwind of speculation in the NFL world, and if the latest whispers are true, Las Vegas Raiders fans might be in for the shock of their lives. According to sources that ESPN is allegedly confirming, the Raiders have pulled off a move that could redefine their offensive identity by signing quarterback Jordan Love and wide receiver A.J. Brown in a single blockbuster maneuver. Imagine the ripple effect through the league. Two high-profile talents, both at pivotal positions, suddenly linked to a team that has been searching for a clear signal caller and a game-changing receiving threat for years. Fans are already theorizing about the kind of chemistry these two could develop on the field, and analysts are scrambling to reassess the Raiders' prospects for the upcoming season. Jordan Love, whose development has been closely watched since his draft days, brings a mix of raw athleticism, deep ball accuracy, and an undeniable upside that could finally give Las Vegas the quarterback stability it has long craved. Meanwhile, A.J. Brown is widely regarded as one of the premier receivers in the NFL, capable of creating separation with elite speed and power, making him a nightmare for defensive backs across the league. The synergy between a quarterback with Love's potential and a receiver with Brown's explosiveness is the kind of storyline that immediately sparks debates, projections, and, of course, intense fan excitement. If the deal is indeed happening, the implications for the Raiders' offensive strategy could be monumental. We're talking about a franchise that has flirted with playoff contention, but has often lacked the consistency and star power to make a genuine deep run, and adding two players of this caliber might shift the balance dramatically. Speculators are already envisioning schemes designed to maximize Brown's yards after catch, while giving Love the freedom to stretch the field and exploit mismatches. Analysts are discussing whether the Raiders might pivot toward a more aggressive, vertical passing attack or a balanced offense that leans on Love's mobility and Brown's elite route running. There are whispers that the locker room dynamics could change as well, with veteran players suddenly needing to adjust to the presence of two new stars who carry their own expectations and reputations. Off the field, the marketing and branding opportunities are off the charts. Ticket sales, merchandise, and national attention could surge if fans truly believe that the Raiders are finally entering a new era. Critics, however, remain cautious, noting that chemistry, coaching adaptation, and health will ultimately determine whether this headline-grabbing move translates into wins on the field. The conversation has already spread across social media platforms, podcasts, and talk shows, with fans and pundits dissecting every angle, from contract implications to potential trade-offs elsewhere on the roster. The timing of this alleged signing is also fueling speculation. Could this be a strategic play by the Raiders' front office to assert dominance in free agency, signaling to the rest of the league that they are serious contenders? Many insiders suggest that pulling in both Love and Brown at the same time could be as much about psychological impact as roster construction, sending a message to rivals that Las Vegas is not just rebuilding. They are aiming to disrupt the established order. Some critics, however, argue that integrating two high-profile players simultaneously could backfire if their styles do not mesh perfectly with the current offensive scheme, or if the coaching staff is not fully prepared to optimize their talents. Fans are debating whether Love's athleticism and arm strength can immediately translate into consistent production, while Brown's presence could relieve pressure on other receivers and open up the field in ways the Raiders have not experienced in years. The sheer audacity of such a double acquisition has everyone questioning previous assumptions about the team's strategy, roster priorities, and willingness to make bold moves in pursuit of contention. Rumors of additional supporting acquisitions to complement this pairing are also circulating, adding to the suspense and fueling online speculation about how the Raiders could configure their offensive line, backfield, and tight end packages to support this new potential powerhouse. The football world is watching, tweets are flying, and analysts are already adjusting their season predictions as though this rumor were a confirmed reality, because the magnitude of such a move demands nothing less than full attention. What makes this rumor particularly tantalizing is the potential matchup nightmares it creates for opposing defenses. A quarterback like Jordan Love paired with a dynamic, physically imposing receiver like A.J. Brown could create a combination that is difficult to scheme against in any context. Love's ability to extend plays and make throws from unconventional angles combined with Brown's explosive routes and contested catchability could redefine how teams approach defending the Raiders. Pundits are speculating that defensive coordinators across the league are already brainstorming ways to neutralize such a tandem, even as some admit they have yet to see a blueprint that could fully contain the sheer athleticism and talent that both bring. Beyond matchups, there's also the intangible effect on team morale and confidence. Teammates may feel energized by the arrival of two high-profile stars, believing that the franchise finally has the pieces to compete at the highest level. On the other hand, skeptics warn that egos, media attention, and the pressure of expectation could create tension if results do not immediately follow, creating a narrative arc filled with highs, lows, and unpredictable drama. Sports media outlets are already spinning potential storylines, imagining highlight reels, viral moments, and the impact this pairing could have on future contract negotiations for the rest of the roster. In short, the speculation alone is enough to dominate sports headlines for weeks. And if anything, the rumor itself is driving excitement, discussion, and anticipation far beyond anything the Raiders have generated in recent seasons. Financial ramifications are another layer feeding the frenzy. Contract for players like Jordan Love and A.J. Brown are not just numbers. They reflect commitment, expectations, and a franchise's strategic vision. Speculators are analyzing potential salary cap adjustments, bonus structures, and the long-term financial implications of such a dual signing, wondering how Las Vegas could balance immediate star power with sustainable roster management. Some are theorizing that the Raiders may need to restructure existing deals or make calculated trades elsewhere to free up the necessary resources, adding another level of intrigue to the rumor. Meanwhile, fan forums and social media communities are buzzing with debate over whether the team's investment in these two stars could finally elevate them into consistent playoff contention, or whether it could backfire if injuries, chemistry issues, or coaching challenges arise. The media frenzy itself, dissecting every possible angle, from fit to franchise culture, is creating a feedback loop, amplifying speculation and encouraging even more bold predictions. Every detail, from helmet decals to jersey sales to potential highlight plays in preseason, is being analyzed as if the deal were already set in stone. Even rival franchises are reportedly keeping a close eye on developments, trying to anticipate how the Raiders' rumored acquisitions could shift league-wide balance and force strategic adjustments across conferences. Finally, the cultural impact of this rumored move cannot be overstated. Jordan Love and A.J. Brown are not just athletes. They are marketable personalities whose presence in Las Vegas could reshape the fan base, local media coverage, and national perception of the franchise. From promotional campaigns to community appearances, the speculative buzz alone has ignited imagination about how the team could leverage star power to attract new fans, deepen engagement with existing supporters, and create a brand identity centered around excitement, athleticism, and bold moves. The conversation extends beyond football. Social media influencers, lifestyle media, and mainstream outlets are already referencing the possibility of two marquee signings that could redefine the aura surrounding the Raiders. While nothing is confirmed, and skeptics caution that deals of this magnitude often face hurdles or last-minute changes, the mere possibility has unleashed a torrent of stories, theories, and debates. From potential on-field success to off-field influence, the rumor has set the stage for a season of unprecedented attention. Fans are imagining highlight reels, big plays, and touchdown celebrations, while analysts scramble to model outcomes that could hinge entirely on the integration of these two game-changing talents. If true, it would mark one of the most audacious moves in recent franchise history, reshaping narratives and expectations in ways that could resonate for years to come. The ripple effects of the rumored acquisitions of Jordan Love and A.J. Brown extend far beyond the confines of the Raiders' locker room, potentially reshaping the entire AFC landscape. Analysts are already speculating about how rival teams might respond strategically, considering everything from defensive schematics to free agency moves aimed at countering this sudden surge in offensive firepower. Imagine the ripple effect through fantasy football leagues, draft boards, and player valuation metrics, with Love's potential to throw deep bombs and Brown's explosive playmaking capability influencing weekly projections and strategic planning for managers everywhere. The media frenzy surrounding this rumor is reaching a fever pitch, with insiders teasing minute details about potential contracts, training camp dynamics, and early chemistry tests that could make or break the team's cohesion. Meanwhile, fans on social media are creating memes, mock highlight reels, and hypothetical scenarios in which the Raiders dominate divisional rivals, feeding the narrative that a new era of dominance could be dawning in Las Vegas. There is also speculation that this pairing could influence the development of other offensive players, as young quarterbacks, receivers, and skill position athletes might suddenly find themselves learning from elite talent firsthand. In addition, discussions are swirling about how coaching strategies will need to adapt. Will the Raiders embrace more aggressive, deep passing concepts, motion-heavy schemes, or even unconventional formations designed to maximize the unique skill sets of Love and Brown simultaneously? The implications for team identity, both on and off the field, are enormous, and even the rumor alone is enough to alter perceptions and expectations across the league. Before we continue, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and give this video a like. Your support helps us keep bringing you the latest updates on our Las Vegas Raiders. And don't be shy. Drop your thoughts on the news in the comments below. Beyond strategy and perception, the locker room dynamics generated by these two rumored signings are a hot topic among analysts and insiders. Bringing in a high-profile quarterback and a dominant wide receiver at the same time introduces a fascinating psychological element to the team environment. Speculation is rampant regarding how veterans will adjust to the sudden presence of two stars whose reputations precede them, and whether the chemistry between new and existing players will catalyze a rise in performance or create subtle tensions that could manifest in unexpected ways. Fans are theorizing about leadership hierarchies, mentorship roles, and the potential for Love and Brown to emerge as central figures around whom the franchise culture might be reshaped. Meanwhile, sports media outlets are spinning countless what-if scenarios, from potential pre-game rituals to the influence of media attention on team focus and cohesion. The uncertainty surrounding such a high-profile double acquisition adds layers of intrigue that no analyst can ignore, fueling endless speculation about how the Raiders' season could unfold. Even rival teams are reportedly monitoring every development, aware that if the rumored signings materialize, defensive coordinators may need to rethink matchups entirely, and front offices may be pressured to respond with moves of their own to avoid falling behind. The combination of on-field talent, media hype, and locker room intrigue creates a perfect storm for speculation, discussion, and endless debate among fans and experts alike. Financial strategy is another angle that continues to fuel the rumor mill, as analysts attempt to model how the Raiders might reconcile salary cap constraints while accommodating two high-profile contracts simultaneously. Speculation ranges from potential restructuring of veteran deals to creative use of incentives, roster bonuses, or draft pick allocations, all in an effort to free up the necessary resources to secure Love and Brown. The mere idea that the team could execute such a maneuver is sparking debate about organizational competence, ambition, and willingness to take calculated risks for short-term impact. Fans are dissecting every potential scenario, from the effect on secondary and offensive line depth to the ripple effect on future drafts and free agent priorities. Meanwhile, media outlets are framing the discussion in terms of league-wide implications. Could a move of this magnitude signal a new era of competitive imbalance in the AFC, forcing other teams to make similarly bold acquisitions? The speculation also touches on long-term planning, as management may be betting on a combination of talent, marketability, and fan engagement to secure both immediate success and sustained franchise growth. Even without confirmation, the financial theories alone are enough to dominate sports talk shows, podcasts, and social media discussions, adding layers of complexity and intrigue to the rumor. The potential impact on the Raiders' offensive schemes is perhaps the most tantalizing aspect of this rumor, with speculation suggesting that Jordan Love's skill set paired with A.J. Brown's athleticism could lead to a complete reinvention of the team's play-calling philosophy. Analysts are theorizing about explosive vertical concepts, complex motion patterns, and creative use of play action to exploit mismatches and create opportunities for high-yardage plays. The hypothetical combination of Love's ability to extend plays under pressure and Brown's power in contested catches could allow the Raiders to attack defenses in ways that few teams can realistically defend against. Fans are already envisioning highlight reels filled with deep bombs, sideline grabs, and relentless offensive pressure that changes the tone of entire games. Meanwhile, the coaching staff faces intense speculation about how quickly they can integrate such talent, balancing the need for structured development with the urgency of maximizing immediate impact. Rival coordinators are reportedly brainstorming strategies, aware that containing a quarterback-receiver duo of this caliber could require extraordinary preparation and defensive creativity. Even the simplest of pre-snap adjustments could have outsized effects, further fueling the narrative that the Raiders may have stumbled upon a transformative combination. The speculative excitement surrounding potential game plans, synergy, and matchups alone is enough to dominate sports media conversations for weeks, reinforcing the idea that the rumor is already reshaping perceptions, if not reality. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to stay updated with exclusive news about our Las Vegas Raiders, be sure to subscribe to our channel and hit that like button. We can't wait to hear your thoughts in the comments. See you in the next video.